Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Oh, wait, no, there's something on my newsfeed I want to read real quick. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go! Okay. I'm actually going to switch the music now. All right, so many of you... I'm going to turn the music even further down for myself. Okay, so many of you may not be aware, but we have a time-honored tradition on this channel, which we have not honored in a long time. That's right. I'm talking about Mr. Mountain Dew. Not one, but now 2, because I am twice the man that I used to be, so I need twice the dew. And what we do is, so you see me sipping this cup and you think, gosh, this guy must go to the drink shop every single day. Yeah, maybe. But in addition to that, because I care about the environment, actually because I discovered how magical styrofoam is and how I should have been reusing it for years because it's so daggone good, we put not 1, but 2 dews in. I don't know if we can... Hold on. Let's see if we can... Can we, Nope. Oh, come on. Maybe if I... What? I don't want to cause permanent damage to... There we... Oh, there we are. Okay. So that's going to work. Oh, whoops. And something's wrong with my, Let's get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it back. There we go. Okay, so the trick is, there's a lot of tricks to it, especially if we're trying to catch it on camera. Okay, flat, even surface, trick number 1. Okay. Trick number 2 is we're going to pour both of these Mountain Dews, the old and the new flavor, in at the same time. So this does reduce some of the carbonation, which is not great, but it tastes pretty good to mix the corn syrup one with the sugar one. So we just up and done. We'll finish this one off. If I wasn't on camera, it's easier to pour them both in fairly consistently at the same time. There we go. Okay. So, and that's how you fill a 32-ounce cup with 2 Mountain Dews. But I also put some ice in there to keep it nice and oops. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's about where we are, right? Okay. So with that out of the way, let's see. Today is going to be hopefully a much less exciting day than yesterday was. And I'm just going to be working on continuing the public API work now that I have the issue resolved with the duplicate entries in the database and finding out that they weren't necessarily duplicate, but they kind of were duplicate. I'm still not really sure how to account for that, but we'll figure that out in a bit. Oh no. Why is my keyboard not being uber duper responsive? It should always be uber duper responsive. Alright, whoops. Okay, so I need to go look at the PRs that I have, not for this one. Let's move that one over here. Do I have the PRs open here? I need to go look at the PRs I have and figure out what order to put these things in. I know that there's some migrations I'm going to need to rename. Oh, so good. So good. And they were already nice and cold. Okay. Let's see. Okay, something about my space doesn't quite feel right. I moved things around ever so slightly so I could get the Mountain Dew in the shot. And now I regret that. Also, I do have to... Let's see, do we have to put this back? I have to put this back because I closed this window. There we go. Okay, let's put that back. I'll turn it up a little bit so I can hear it myself. Okay, so this one, that one goes in first. Everything else needs to rebase off of that, which means, so API, V1 endpoints. So I need to do some rebasing here. APIs to manage brand. That one has been approved. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little sneaky tiki. I am going to just go ahead and get this one in. Let me make sure that it's actually right. No, I don't think I'm going to put it in quite yet. Did this have any database changes? No. Looks like no. Okay. So let me go back here. Let's take a look. Things that are up to a month ago. Okay, I know that's really old. That's March. Branded Google Auth redirects. Let's see. Was this one complete? I'm not sure if this one was complete or not. I think there was multiple things that needed to be done on that. And although that is approved code-wise and was working for one test, I don't think that's universally ready to get in. There's a whole bunch of these that we need to figure out where to put them. Okay, this is one of them. Yeah, I kind of feel like this one needs to come first. This is the next one that needs to land. Is this one here. Before doing any of the other stuff. Yeah. Because I was working on the API v1 endpoints, and that's what led me to this. Okay, and then backfill. Yeah, I don't think I think this one needs to be the next one to land. So let me go ahead and rebase this off of this one. This one must land next, and then anything else can land after that. So fix feature type uniqueness. All right, so git switch, fix feature type uniqueness, rebase main. Sure, okay, git switch. This one, git rebase. So we can pull from here. We can rebase main, and we can get rebase from fix feature type uniqueness as well. Okay. Oh, whoops. I don't actually remember which one that applies to. Hold on. Let me do this. Get diff head 1. That one goes to the feature type one, which I think was the second one there. So feature type is field type. Okay. Record type slugs and codes. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, let's go ahead and turn the light on there. It might be a little too bright. Intensifies! Intensifies or intensive eyes? Oof. I'm drinking it fast, which I shouldn't do. But The dew is good. So my hands are a little dried out. I went on a nice four-wheeler ride earlier. Oh, so good. I don't know why that's related to my hands drying out, but I think it is. I think it has something to do with having the gloves on and wash my hands afterwards or something. I don't know. Okay, where am I at? So we're back over here. We're looking at this stuff again. What have we got? Add resource, slugs and codes. Okay, resource types need a slug and a code. This is true. This I do believe. Except that we don't actually need this one here. Activity, nonprofit. Okay. That's okay. We can leave those in there. We're not. Those are all the ones that we could possibly use, not all the ones that we necessarily will use. But I did want to see something real quick. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so we got 26 to 71. What's the count on that? 29. 29. So let's do this. We're going to do cut -D -F1. New cut -D space. Oh, whoops. 4. Okay. Cut -D colon F2. Oh, no, sorry, F1. Nope, F1. There we go. And then if I could just get, I don't think cut will get me. Let's see, what could get rid of? I think SD. I think SD could get rid of. Oh, whoops, sed, I mean. Sed could get rid of the quotes for me. There we go. And then let's go ahead and sort those. TR, oh yeah, TR could do that too. I don't think I've found TR useful enough to learn. Is there a case where TR does something significantly better than sed will? Oh, I'm going to need a third can. So good. By the way, Josue, good to see you. Oh, good. But if I had a third can, what flavor would it be? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Okay, and I'm also going to go into the database real quick and have it select name from resource type order by name. And then there is some way to get this to come out raw. I just don't remember what it is. Okay, so we're going to do this to this is record types. I tell you what, though, I don't think there's any quicker way I cannot, like I said last night, or was it earlier than that? I cannot write a regular expression to turn this into an HTML bulleted list as quickly as GPT can. I can say, take this list and make it HTML or whatever. So we're going to do this with the space, and we're going to turn it into nothing, and we're going to take any number of spaces in that and turn it into nothing, and then there we go. So now I want to diff these two record types. Delete me. Okay, delete me is the one that is left over. Okay, so good. I don't need to worry about that then. So the delete me type is gone. How's everybody doing? What are you up to this Saturday? Squeeze, repeat, and truncate are two flags in TR that I've used sometimes in a way that's easier for me than to use sed. Maybe a skill issue. Squeeze, repeat. What does that mean? When I think of truncate, I would use cut for truncate. So cut -c, say I want to truncate 0 to 20, or I think it's 1 at x, 1 to 20. So, I mean, let's just do it like this. How you do? Echo. Hello! Brave new world. I get the hello. That's what I think of when I think truncate, or doing dot star. So I could also do sed rave dot star and then truncate that way. Hey David, what's up? Cooking dinner and cooking breakfast. That does not make sense. Okay, TR truncates the size of the other string you want to use in the repeat, so is one operation. And squeeze repeat can transform multiple characters or set into just one of them. So if you want to mask a password, is that what we're talking about? Is that what squeeze repeat is? Did I give me, just type out a text example if you wouldn't mind. Ooh. Oh, I'm going to finish this so quickly. I'm just so thirsty. I should have got my my salt drink and had that first to quench my thirst, and then had the Mountain Dew for the long game. All right. So I do have to sit and think here for a second. I kind of forgot what I was doing because so much has happened. I'm going to pull. Okay, that's what I expected, more or less. What is it griping about? Both added. Oh, it's just going to gripe. I know what it's going to gripe about. Yeah, it's going to gripe that this was taken out. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's totally fine. There was no other. Just double check. I don't have any. No. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, what? Multiples of a character set into just one of them. Oh, so squeeze repeat is finding a pattern and just I what is the use case for that? I can't off the top of my head think of a time when I've wanted to do that. I've wanted to do the opposite, where I've wanted to take something and repeat it as a pattern, but I can't think of a time I've ever wanted to take a pattern that's been repeated and then get rid of it. Unpopular opinion. The command you just used to clean up that list could have been accomplished quicker in Excel-like software. The command I just used to clean up what... Wait, that was 3 minutes ago. What did I do 3 minutes ago? Clean up the list. Are you... Some very stupid logs I had to clean. Okay. I still would have used the CLI tools. Just saying. Okay, yeah. I think that, you know, Excel, like GPT is going to take Excel mainstream. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be getting computers to do things that computers have already been able to do for years, thanks to GPT. Decades and decades of Excel functionality are now accessible to everyone. All right. I got to figure out where I was, though. I am a little lost. Okay, let me go back and look at these PRs. Maybe I'm not really ready to work today. Maybe I need to take some more time off. Okay, this one I'm 100% on. Wait. Is this not the same thing? Are these two? Is this not ref? Oh, whoops. Okay, I see what needs to happen here. This one needs to be based on fix. What was this one called? Okay. There we go. I want to investigate the feature types. That is as confusing as it sounds. Feature type. Feature type, data type? Did we rename this? I think we renamed this. I think I renamed that. Okay, let's select star from. Either that or this is one of those ones where I started doing something and then didn't. Okay. Label. Okay, address universal is not my favorite name for that. I would have gone with INTL, but whatever. What attorney? Attorney lane. What does that mean? Is that a thing? Boolean? Calendly, checkbox, comment, currency, date, document, email, floating point. Person name. So my guess is that this will get split or something. Or have multiple fields for first, middle, last, suffix, title. That's a related record. Record list. Okay. I think I know what this is. I think that this was pulled from, I don't think this ever landed. There was a hard-coded list in the UI that had a bunch of this stuff. I think I added this recently, as in this year, not that recently. I don't mean it's common, just an example where I thought of TR before thinking of said. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I did ask any case, so that does fall in that broad category. Oh, you were behind on the stream, so you were talking about when I got the pipes out of the list. I think that's the list that I was working with. I can't think of an Excel function that would do that, but I don't really do Excel. I'm not an IT guy, okay? And then the IT guy would say, I don't really know that function in Excel. I'm not an ISIS guy. Or IS? Infosys? Guy who makes all the money explaining to other people what the other guys did using Excel and PowerPoint? An ISIS guy? What are ISIS guys called now? Because I think they stopped being called ISIS when that other group called ISIS, the terrorist group. Okay, anyway. Okay. Got feature type. Is that it? We got feature type data type. That does seem like a thing I would have edited to call it data type. IT guy here, no idea how to use Excel except for putting numbers in squares. Yeah. Yeah. But what do you refer to as the guy who's your boss that does the Excel stuff and the PowerPoint stuff that makes money for the work you do? What is his description nowadays? All right. Okay, Social Security number. That's what I thought. Well, bless me. I wonder what happens if I were to rename this to SSN, because some of these I would like to rename. All right, and then let's just take a look at the feature type, because I think that the feature type of the feature type, ugh, how terrible. Is that a data type? Yeah, we did have Social Security. Okay. So we have special types. Okay, I want to do select distinct feature type from feature type. Order by feature type. 31 rows. This is 31 rows. Okay. Okay, so I want to add a foreign key constraint onto this if we don't have one already. Boop. That \G, man. That's something they should teach you on the first day of database class. In fact, they should show you the \G before they show you the semicolon. Okay, where was the feature type? Varchar key mul? What does key mul mean? Okay, GPT. Write a MySQL query to show me foreign keys, foreign key constraints, and a table. Hey, what's the big idea here? Okay, there we go. All right, database name is StageDB. Table name is feature type. Okay, good. So I already did add that foreign key relationship. I'm pretty sure that's something I did towards the beginning of the year. And that's good. I do want to find out if that's used anywhere, because I'm hesitant to put it in the API when the names are not what I want them to be, like address international, address US. Okay, cool. All right. So we do have that. It would be nice to have a comment about it. I could have sworn there was something else. Oops. I'm just gonna do this. There we go. Resource type ID. We're gonna add the slug in there. And is fixed. I wish I could rename that. That means that once the user submits it, it is no longer editable. So that means that the default behavior is that this type of information, if the user puts it in, they can't edit it. So it'd have to be a manually edited. I don't know what base ID means. I have no idea what that would be an int 11. There's so many things in here, ints or whatever. Options. So options is if it's a type like a combo box or a drop down. And then I think there's a user editable, and I don't know why there's a user editable and an is fixed. I think that has to do something else. Is creatable. Question placeholder. Path, file name. I think those are only used for some of them. I think that's polymorphic. Tags, multi-entry feature. I think what this is saying, I could be wrong. I think what this is saying is that when this question is presented, they can answer it multiple times. Order by... This one does not make any sense here. Well, okay, so what happened is this started getting overloaded because many of these are only used once and they're only used in a particular form, say a government form, and they're not used anywhere else. And so rather than having a relationship out to a form, it's just, okay, just put these in here, and if we just reference these without a form, then it's whatever the form is that we created them for. So this shows it what order it should be in, but I think that that's a mistake. I think it should always have that relationship. Is required, yeah. So a lot of this is encrypted is record, and I don't remember what is record means either. Okay. Yeah, all of this could stand to be commented on. Enjoying the random Spanish music. Aroma of sugary warmth. No, you meant the one before this. That was concédeme. Concédeme un momento. That was by CNDR. Oh no! What happened? Ah! Hold on. Okay, now we're back to the right one. This is the music they play in the infirmary in Final Fantasy VIII. But the one that you were interested in, whoops, is called Concédeme. How do you pronounce that? Concédeme. Because it's got an accent there, so I'm assuming that that's where the emphasis is supposed to be. Okay, so with that set, what is my goal? Okay, to get back in touch with my goal, I need to look back at the documentation. What I was going to do was say that you can create a thing and that it can have these key value pairs, and the key value pairs map directly and uniquely to the information about that type of thing. I'm pronouncing it okay, but I pronounced it 3 or 4 different ways. So, just because there's like a minute lag here. Concédeme. 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 Okay. So the little accent was to represent that the emphasis was in an unusual place. Okay. Oh, and then there was still this stuff that I don't remember how to deal with. Because upload or generate, what even is that? So there's these ones, all of the above, upload or generate. That doesn't make any sense. So this is for a type of record. Yeah, I got to figure this out. We have a discrete number of records. I am tempted to just... Let's see, are we going to have more record types? We are going to have more record types in the future. Yeah, we're going to go with query param for now. If we can add on to the API. We could have a catch-all at the end for all of the different record types. But the record types kind of share a lot in common. Okay, so we're going with that. So what I want to do is for their examples, how do they create an organization? They're going to create a company. I can think about this. So this is where it gets dicey. There are certain things that blur lines. So we actually have a table in the database for organizations called accounts, which is going to be renamed for this, for the public API. There are properties of the organization that are system level properties that change the way the system behaves. And then there are the records that are data that will be applied to forms. So there's application level properties, and then there is form level properties. So name is one that straddles the line. Name is one that's duplicate. Name is something that the application needs to know what the company name is to put it in various places. But the two need to be kept in sync. So yeah, and that. So there is somewhat of a need to distinguish between the record, the organization record, and the organization. The organization is what the application needs to know for its behaviors, and the organization record is what needs to be known for data to be auto-populated and suggested and auto-completed and that sort of thing in various different types of forms. And the record will be added to as the company completes more forms. So the record is an aggregate of multiple government, state, and legal forms, common legal forms, information that will need to go on that. And there are some things that a company may have multiple records. So there's the organization record, and then there are records of the organization. So there are some records the organization can only have one of, such as the organization record. And there are other records that the organization can have many of, such as an employee record. And so this has to be represented somehow. All right, so create an employee. Okay, so I think if I get all the way back to just doing this, I think that'll get me back into the right place. Okay, and then document history is a whole nother ball of wax. But yeah, if I just go through this, can we create an organization? Yes, we can. What do I need to do that? I'm pretty sure that feature type data type is not referenced anywhere, because the project where we were doing that never, there was some, the person who was working on it flaked out on me. So he never got paid because he never asked to get paid. But it's like one of those things, like last mile things, like another 4 hours of work and we would have been, another 4 to 8 hours of work and we would be able to get the PRs merged or pulled in. Anyway. Okay, so feature type, data type. I just want to see that this is nowhere except for where it is. Yeah. January. Yep, that's exactly the project I was thinking it was. So this is this used anywhere? We have models for it. All right, so we are free to rename this. I added this for that project. It never got used. We are free to rename it, but I am going to let somebody know something. I'm going to make a note over here to somebody else. Actually, let me do this over here. Because that part of the project can be completed. It can be finished. Boom. Oh, I'm not signed in over there. Okay, never mind. Let me go grab it over here. Bless me. And did we pluralize this? If so, I might want to smack myself. Okay, no, we did not. I really want to call that input type rather than data type. Actually, let me see. I think this is on production, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go take a look at production real quick and see. API. Okay. Am I out of drink? I'm already out of drink. I went through that way too fast. Normally I sip on it slowly, but I was really thirsty after that ride. Had a good time on the four-wheeler. Oh, it was so nice. Oh, it was so nice. Just to jump over on one side, push out the back. You know, yeah. Okay, and I wanted to know, is there anywhere in the code base where we use the term address universal? Unfortunately, yes. It looks like we are stuck with that. Well, maybe not. I don't see anywhere else that it's used. All right, that's a conversation I want to have then. Okay. Let me catch up on comments. You got some chores to do? All right, I'll catch you later. Adios. To God with you. It's like a curse, except it's a blessing. For people that don't get the reference, adios is Spanish for to God. Like Godspeed or God be with you, as in goodbye. Goodbye. Our English goodbye is a contraction of God be with you. So, in Spanish, it's to God with you. In English, it's God be with you. I like the Spanish better. Okay. All right, well, I think up to this point, I think I'm ready to go. So I do need to just get this put through then. And this is also one that needs to go quickly. I will probably do this weekend, because this change actually needs to go through all of the servers at the same time, because it changes one of our core schemas where we need to have data portability across the schemas. So I am going to go ahead and push this one through as well. All right, and this is the one we're on, right? Yeah, okay. So I suppose... that's all good. So this one actually breaks our schema, so I will make this a minor change. This will take us to 111. And I might as well... okay, which tables is this one? I do need to figure... okay, this one adds user, account, resource, and feature type. Okay, so the feature type slug, we're not going to put it in this one. So these ones are not part of our core schema. They're not part of our application record level schema. These are data attributes, not record type attributes. So the way that our workflows work is that the types of form data get shared between the environments at will. So it'll be prototyped on one environment, then shown to someone on demo, and then moved to prod for people to actually be able to fill out those forms. This other stuff, and that is a really good partition in our database. I kind of wish that we could partition that harder. Although I don't know how we would, because we want to have resources. Well, this is, yeah, we kind of have three partitions to the database. We have the record form builder system. We have the data that is a result of the record form builder system, and then we have the application data. And those kind of are the three things that we have going on. I need to put that in the README. I'm just going to make a note of that. So there's an old doc. Yeah. just had a mini epiphany. We have 3 different schemas for our application. Form builder record and field types. Form type data. Inputs from forms. Form data. Normal tables. Okay. Okay. Just making some notes. I may go get more Mountain Dew. I deserve it today. Okay. Okay, okay. I have not done any code yet. I've just been reviewing things and making sure I understand upcoming changes. Alright, so let's review this again. I think this is all ready to go. And we will reference the feature type as the input type. Well, actually, we might refer to it as data type, and we may still have an input type. Because somewhere we have information about the input type. Ireland! Awesome. I was gonna slip into a fake Irish accent, but then I realized that that would probably just make you angry. Probably make me angry if somebody slipped into a fake American accent. Because I said, hello from America! Hello from America! And then somebody just goes, watermelon? Nice camera. This is a Canon T8i. So it is the kind of entry-level amateur camera on the end of cameras that are worth buying. Because when people spend $200 or $300 on a cheapo camera, I just feel like that's $200 or $300 wasted. Because you could have spent $500 or $600 and gotten a real camera. Of course, maybe some people feel the same way. No. Because once you've entered into the amateur camera realm, the difference between the amateur camera and the pro camera is money, not functionality. You know, you have your settings, you have your lenses, and it's all about, do I want to spend $300 on this lens or do I want to spend $2,000 on this lens? You know, but once you get into the amateur, like the world is your oyster, you are in. Whereas when you're down in the $200-$300 range, then it's like you're locked into this thing that is not gonna. Let's see. E1 is so it's something like this. You know, and people say, I think it's is it the Sonys or the Panasonics? I think people really like the Sonys for video. I just got Canon because I don't know why. Maybe the Sony would be better, but my takeaway when going through this was, yeah, in some respects, some of the other companies actually have better specs, but Canon is kind of the Apple of the photo and video world. And so even if they're lagging a little bit behind this year in some new feature, they're going to catch up next year. And when they come out with theirs is just going to be better. You know, Apple has done this over and over and over again, where Android has had something for 5 years and it sucked all 5 years. And then when Apple comes out with it, then Apple just delivers perfection. And I am extremely disappointed with Canon's 4K. It is worthless. If you wanted 4K, I don't think you can go Canon without going into, like $5,000 or something. It's ridiculous to go 4K on Canon. They do not have good options on the amateur side. Sony, from what I hear, has great options on the amateur side. But when Canon comes out with the T9i, if that ever happens, the 4K will probably be fantabulous. Yeah, people say Canon has nice colors. I don't know. I don't know. I don't do enough with it to... I thought I was going to do more with it than I've done. It's turned out to be a glorified webcam, but dang, it's a good glorified webcam. I do take it out sometimes, though. I do a little bit of photography here and there. All right, so this one, resource type select these. I think I just need to deploy this on staging and see how it works. Okay, alter table resource type name. Slug. This one. So that unique maybe should have already existed. Do we not have uniqueness set on resource type already? I think I will put that in its own. Yeah, name should be unique. No one asked. Ginger Menace. No one asked you. I don't know what no one asked about. Is connects better than sequelize? I don't know. All ORMs are dumb. What I would like to do, and I might do at some point in the future, is get SQL C JavaScript integration. I'm a front-end dev, so I don't know much about it. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to go on this rant. And Honene, this might make a good clip. So I'm going to pull this back around for transcription and editing later. But I'm going to go on a rant here that I think will be a good clip. Okay. So I've done this. I think I've done this rant before. I should check on the channel and see if I have this. But there's this myth that you need your database to be really flexible. And you need to use some sort of layer on top of your database, either to make for a better developer experience or to make it so that you can switch between databases, so that you could use MySQL one day and Postgres the next day. And this is just bogus. Because if you do that, then whatever advantage of the database that you've chosen is, you don't get. Or if you take advantage of the advantages of your chosen database, then it's not portable. You know, so you can either have it be portable across many databases, and this is common with open source projects because open source you don't get money, so instead they want fame, they want likes, they want thumbs up, they want feel goods. So they want to make it work with everybody's database rather than just picking a database and saying, hey, this is what this product works with. If you want to use this product, you use this database. So they use these RRMs to make it so they work with every database, but then it's just mediocre at whatever it does, and then you just have to deal with generic problems that have been potentially been solved. And so my take is you should use a tool that is tailored to your database that you're using and just be done with it. Because and learn SQL, because it is useful and you have to learn it anyway. So it's kind of like the transpiling issue, and you're aware of this on the front end. You know, you have to transpile from TypeScript to JavaScript, or you have to transpile from React to JavaScript, or you have to transpile from Vue to JavaScript, or whatever. And then there's always these bugs, or minification is another one, right? And there's always these bugs. And then when you get the error message and you try to look at the line number, it doesn't make any sense. And so you have to not only be familiar with the quirks of the framework, but you still have to be familiar with the quirks of the thing that it's abstracting away from you. You still have to learn JavaScript, even if you learn React. And you might not know JavaScript for a long time. You won't know which parts are JavaScript and which parts are React and where's the magic and yada yada, right? But you end up having to learn the JavaScript anyway. And that's the thing with the databases. You end up having to learn the SQL anyway. So just embrace it and learn it, because it's good. It's not evil. I do have gripes with how SQL has not gotten a lot of love, but the issue is not the SQL, it's the tooling, and things like SQL C make that story better. So SQL C is something that started out the right way. It started out being for Go and for Postgres. And now they're trying to... Oh, interesting. I didn't know that Weave was a sponsor of that. I wonder if that's through Mariah. They're probably not a sponsor anymore. They're probably just still up there because Weave doesn't do... Weave is... I'm in the Provo area in Utah. Weave is in Lehi. A lot of the tech companies are out of Utah. So anyway, the thing is, now that they're trying to be everything to everyone, the quality is going down because now there's more issues and they don't have more people. It's not a paid project, but this is one of the problems with open source, is that people want validation from other people rather than validation in dollars because of whatever moral reasoning. But at the end of the day, get the validation in dollars rather than the validation from people, because the validation from people is only going to end in frustration and resentment, and the validation in dollars is actually going to help you have a better product that you can feel satisfied working on because other people actually value what you value. And that feels a lot better. So, you can have this moral, oh, the filthy lucre. But then when it comes down to it, would you rather be surrounded by people who like what you're doing and believe in you? Or people who want to complain about how you didn't make it work for their database and you not having time to make it work for their database because you have to work your day job? That's the problem I see with SQL C, is I don't think that they're going to make it, quote unquote, to the enterprise. I don't know what SQL Plus is, but I'll take a look real quick. Oh, the type safe thing, I don't even know why I was doing that. I was just playing with the cursor. And I had happened to click on this, and then it happened to select it. And then for symmetry, I wanted to select the whole thing, and then I didn't like the way that... But it's not about being type safe. That's not what the value is. And they don't have the examples on the front page anymore. Of course, they can't, because once you start doing it with MySQL and SQLite and with Python and with... Then if you show on the homepage what it actually is, then people feel like it's not for them. It becomes exclusionary. Whereas before, it was really simple because it was just Postgres and Go. So you write your SQL queries like this. This is what it should have shown. You write your SQL queries with a comment above, and then it generates the function and the value object in your code. And so, and when it was focused on Postgres, I wish they would have just stayed that. I don't see SQL Plus. Let me try doing a search for it like this. SQL Plus Plus. Huh. We can use ChatGPT for this. Oh, Startup Builder. Are you saying you can use ChatGPT to enter in, to do what SQL C is doing? You can. You can. I think that you could do that. You could write this, and then you could ask ChatGPT to generate the functions. However, it's not going to generate them in a consistent way. So if you were doing a one-off project, then I don't know that SQL C is really what you need anyway. But if you want to do what SQL C does, and I have been a hater of the GPT stuff, and I'm coming around to finding all sorts of uses for it that are, like, as I understand how to use it as a tool, it's not that everything becomes a nail, but I'm starting to recognize the difference between a nail and a screw, and reaching for GPT when I have the GPT problem. Whereas I think right now a lot of people are like, everything's a nail, GPT's the new hammer. But in reality, it sucks at most things, but it's really, really good at some things. And I have been using it a lot for SQL lately. Anyway, I'm going to go grab another Mountain Dew. I'll be right back. I'm really thirsty today. I went for a ride and I got sweaty and just worked my muscles. I have a 4-wheeler. I texted probably 15 friends asking them, "Hey, you want to go for a ride today?" And all of them were like, "Oh, yeah, I got stuff to do. I'm out of town. Oh, my shoulder hurts. Oh, that sounds scary." Which, if my brother and I were watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, and on the Netflix version, the dubs are so bad. So bad. Or maybe it's just the movies, but one of the main characters that it's like, "Oh, I wanted to save the world, but it's so scary." Anyways, that's where that's coming from. But yeah, I mean, like, oh, busy weekend, got too much going on. I'm at my niece's baptism. About to head to my cousin's. Seriously, I mean, like. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll BRB. Let me throw up my BRB. We're gonna call this a bio break. Wait, why is that over there? Isn't this normally over here? Okay, and then do I throw up the timer for that? Let me throw up my 2-minute timer. I'll throw up the 5-minute timer. It's not going to take me 5 minutes, but whoops. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go grab another can from the fridge. Maybe another 2 cans. Feeling spunky. Alright, and I'm back. And you know what? I got 2 Mountain Dews. But hey, it's the weekend. I can splurge a little bit, right? Right? I'll eat 1 less pork chop at dinner. I had a pretty big breakfast. I can probably survive on that. Although I probably shouldn't. And then I'm probably going to be, well, I'm going to be fasting for church tomorrow anyway, so why not load up on caffeine? Alright. Okay, yeah, I know, I shouldn't do it. But it just tastes so good. You know, life offers us so few pleasures, and Mountain Dew is one of them. So, let's not take it off the table. By the way, I cannot believe all the green energy propaganda lies I believed for years about styrofoam. Styrofoam is a miracle material. Now, I agree, you shouldn't throw it away. Well, problem is, well, it's a double-edged sword, right? So, if you're a place that sells drinks, large drinks that you want people to be able to enjoy cold for an extended period of time, styrofoam is the way to go. $40 Hydro Flask or 5-cent Styrofoam. They're about the same, and I'm not kidding. Styrofoam is an absolute miracle material, but I've been using this one all week long. Every day I have a soda, and I just take 2 of these, I pour them in, and then, you know, I do my part to use it as much as I can. And then I go back and I get some more. Anyway. Is this right? Record type slug. Record type code. Yes. Because I'm adding the slugs in the codes. I went through here. I add the slug in the code because I updated the slug in the code there. So all I'm doing in this one is updating the record type to have a slug in a code. I feel confident about that. I am ready to deploy that to the staging environment. Adding feature type slugs and record references. So this one's a little bit weird because now we're going to have literally 3 different ways that we are referencing the record type. Now I remember where I'm at. Okay, it's coming together now. It's taken me like an hour and a half of reviewing the code and going back through things to figure out, because there was a big kerfuffle and I lost focus of what I had originally been working on for a couple days because there was data integrity problems in the database, and I went down chasing the rabbit hole. So I'm getting back into this of, okay, what was I actually trying to accomplish before I accidentally deleted a day's worth of work for someone else, thinking that I was getting rid of junk data out of the database that seemed like it wasn't referenced anywhere, because I literally did a query to see if it was referenced anywhere, and it literally was not referenced anywhere, not realizing that it was draft data that wasn't referenced anywhere because it wasn't active in the application yet. It was in the, to use an overloaded term already, it was in a staging area being drafted, but it had been being drafted for months because the project hadn't actually come to fruition yet, and it may get dropped anyway. So having it dropped from the database might not end up being, it was months worth of work, but it would only take a day to redo, if that makes sense. It was like a lot of back and forth and whatnot about this big document, but then to redo it would not take a long time. It would just be tedious. But it looks like that may not even come around to fruition anyway. So that sucks. I felt embarrassed about that. But there were data integrity issues that I was chasing, which is what led me down that path. And I thought, okay, well, if I get rid of all the junk data, then I can more easily see out of the real data which of these things are a problem that I need to worry about. Well, it turns out that I need to worry about all of them. Because, yeah. And I need to push back on the process that, I mean, is totally my fault that I deleted the data, but also it was confusing, and it was my fault because I didn't understand the process, because I did not ask the right questions to the right people. But we should not have duplicate identifiers in the database. So I need to push back on that process, because now that I'm understanding better some of the design that, even working on this for a couple of years now, I have not been able to understand, part of that being the nomenclature and whatnot. But I need to push back and say, okay, please don't do it that way. Let's find another way to do it. What we need is, and I don't know if we have time to make this, yada, yada, but what we need is to adjust the tool, the form builder tool, not adjust the data, because we need just the form builder tool to do the encapsulation of the form automatically, because basically they started embedding information about the form in the individual data types, rather, because it was cumbersome to set up the data types and then go set up the form. So it needs to change the UI. The UI needs to be such that they can set up the form and the data types simultaneously, not to just make it so we only use data types and put the form info in the data types. Basically the form inputs is what I mean by data types. Anyway, okay. So, ID, name, slug code. Yeah. All right, we are going to lowercase this. I probably want to console.log that. There's 1,500 of these. 1,500 of these. So. What the heck is an activity? I need to push back on. There's layers in this thing. And there is an issue of, well, somebody just needs to get their work done, so they just need to be able to name something. But if we're going to have a public API, we also can't just have people naming something because we have to publish it. It's not just like, okay, get your work done. It's, we are going to support this for the next 10 years. So yes, we can spend an hour figuring out what to name it. You know, okay. And if we were to go through one thing at a time that we're going to release via the API, if we have to spend a day figuring out what to name a set of things, in my estimation, that's okay as long as it doesn't actually interfere with the business processes, which I don't believe that it will. But the opportunity that we have through making things available via an API seems to be a really big opportunity. Okay. Bless me. Oh, whoops. Okay, so that one is wrong. So I'm glad that I did start reviewing this, because some things have changed since I started on this. So I kind of want, instead of slug, I kind of want to call this a multi-slug, or maybe an M slug, because here's the thing. It would be good. Let's call it M slug. Now, that resource type is slug. What do we call it when we have two keys for a primary key? There's a term that we use. Composite. So we could call this comp slug. Do we have a... Okay, so... we needed to add the slug in the previous one. And then we actually add it in this one once we've updated the other table. Okay. I kind of feel like this is compelling enough to move over here. Drop unique from comp slug. Okay. Oh, I don't think... Yeah, that's not used anywhere. Okay, this is not the one that I'm looking for. I can get out of here. I know what this is now. Okay, so... I kind of want to call this slug comp instead. Just so that it's not confused with being the slug of a thing called comp. It's the slug composite. The composite slug, the slug composite. And okay, this is no longer being used anywhere else, so I actually feel okay about moving this around. Oh wait, this would be, yeah, this one's going to be name slug. Name type slug. That's what that one's going to be. Okay. And then we will actually take the record type. Okay, and the feature type. All right. All right, it's coming together. Can I do a drop column if exists? No bueno. All right, let's try this out. I don't think this is going to have any ill effects. And let me go check on the other database here. Oh, crap. Ugh. Okay. So I think it's giving me one warning. Is that it doesn't exist, is my guess, is what the warning is. But there was some table that I was looking at that did have a slug. Let's see. Brand has a slug. Could have sworn that something that I wanted to have a slug already had a slug on it. Oh well, whatever. Alright, so I don't need that line after all. Alright, so this is a slug comp. So in English, oh, this is something I need to put down for, I'm giving a talk at a meetup at some point, and one of the talking points that I want to have, let's see. So greater specificity is longer and later. Adjectives come last, so it's slug composite, not composite slug, because we have record type slug. Okay, yeah, I'm developing. It might be a lightning talk. I have my notes on it as a lightning talk, but logic is backwards. Or maybe programming is backwards. And then if I put it into a larger talk, I think I would call it programming is backwards. Because the logic is backwards, the grammar is backwards. But maybe it would be better suited for a lightning talk. I have to think on that. I'm thinking that it might be a January thing. Actually, you know what? I should open that up. Oh, there's a new Forge meetup. I need to join it. We had somebody... Hold on. I'm messaging lightning. There we go. Lightning talks. What's a good symbol of New Year's? Clock? Hold on. Sorry. I've been thinking on what to do for the new year. As I've been thinking more about it, what if we do 5 to 10, 5 or so lightning talks for our New Year's meetup? What are some small aha moments you've had in the last year that you could present on? Re-slide. On for 5 to 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to come back around to that in just a second. Lightning talks. Okay, now I'm back. Let me see. Do we have any comments or anything? Nope. Okay, good. Nothing for me to change then. Okay. Feature type. All right, so now this is good. So slug comp is going to be string. It's going to be nullable. It's not going to reference anything. It is going to be unique. That is another thing about this. And uniqueness applies to where it is not null, of course. Well, maybe that's not an of course. Okay, I'm pretty sure the only thing I edited there was that second commit. So yeah, I think we're ready to deploy this. So I'm going to switch to staging, and I'm going to rebase off of this, and then I'm going to push it. And that will make staging incompatible with demo and prod for the form builder data, which is why I need to get it all the way through in the next 2 hours. Okay. All right, let me go see if this is deploying as I would hope. I also have to figure out what to do about the demo environment, which is not deploying. And I know why it's not deploying. Now that I think about it, it's because I forgot to add the... where's new demo? Is this the new demo? Let's take that tag off of there. This does not need a delete me tag. Where do I manage the tags? Oh, there it is. Okay, manage tags. Okay. I probably need to put primary on this one. There we go. Okay, let's go to volumes. Add volume. Have a nice 1 gigabyte volume. Let me go check what my naming scheme is for the other volumes. That's probably why I didn't deploy. So DigitalOcean does not, unless something has changed, DigitalOcean does not encrypt its base volumes for the virtual machines, for the VPSs. So you can steal someone's credentials simply by creating a new VPS and then examining the underlying volume, doing data recovery tools on the underlying volume to get text files back. And this has been exploited. So what I do is I put all the ENVs and sensitive customer data, any of that, I put that on a volume because the volumes are encrypted. The block volumes. So if you put something on a block volume and then you delete the block volume, then it is when that gets reallocated, the underlying data is no longer available. So good thing to know. Anyway, I was just looking over here at that. Okay, it looks like, did this get done? Let's see. Okay, it looks like it deployed. Ah, indeed, indeed, indeed. All right. So my failsafe worked. Delete. Well, let's see. Select ID name from resource type. Delete from resource type where name is delete me. Number 17. All right. So I need to run this on each of the environments before I try to run this migration, because the delete me is not one that I prepared for. In my failsafe, if it doesn't know how to apply the slug, then it doesn't, which is good. That's what it should do. So I will need to just do... I have my own little git force deploy thing here, which basically just runs touch junk, git add junk, git push, git reset head for hard 1, git push force. So it just creates an empty junk file and then deletes it and then pushes again. And then over on my other screen, I'm looking at the deploy process. My other screen's up here, by the way. It's up here. That way. It looks so weird from the angle that the camera gets it. Okay. So that was good to see. And while that's deploying, I just want to triple check a few things here about my migrations. So resource type, slugs, and codes, these are going to be unique, right? We're going to create these as unique and nullable at first, yep. And then they become non-nullable once we've filled them in, which means that it is not possible to make more of this. So here's the thing that this is going to do that is going to be annoying, because it puts some pressure on someone else to create something that they weren't otherwise going to have to create. All right. Okay, I think this should have deployed by now. And I'm going to check and see if we got any good information from that. What? Permission denied? Okay, something weird happened. Oh, I think I know what it is, though. So I had gone onto the server and had manually added something because I was testing, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're just going to get back onto this thing. And nope, that's not where we're going to go. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to do that force deploy again. Okay. Okay. So while I was typing that out, okay. So I can actually feel the caffeine buzz, by the way. That's how you know you've had the right amount. I'm at the caffeine buzz and just below the headache. Okay, so let's test to see if this worked. Where was I? Where was I actually on staging? Okay, so NPX, migrate up. Let's see if we got it. Well, that's weird. Oh no! Did Connect just release a 3.0 yesterday or something? That's not good. Let's do Connect at 2. Alright, I'm confused. Why does it need to install something? Oh, because I'm not in the project folder. Alright. Okay, now I wonder if this attempted to run before, or is this just in a bad state? I think the last thing that I ran here, the last thing that this gave me, constraint name. Let me go ahead and run this on the... I'll run this on the demo database. And your table name is resource type. Your database name is... Okay, so let's do describe resource type. name, and it's already got the unique key. Oh, because I already put that in elsewhere, so I can get rid of that from there, right? I think that's what we're saying. No, the name was not unique, because it's not unique in the other environments. So... Alright, let's see... Resource type, slugs, and codes. Oh, right. Okay, so this is why it's failing. Because it ran before, but my failsafe caught it, remember? Because it said there was one of the types was delete me, and delete me is not one of the ones that was acceptable for that migration. So it failed, which means that we need to drop alter table, drop index. What does that look like? Does this tell me what it actually looks like? Alter table, resource, type, drop, index, resource, type, name, unique. Okay, that looks like that was right. Because if I do this again, I should get a warning. Yeah, can't drop it because it doesn't exist. So you get an error. Okay, good. So I need to also do drop column slug and drop column code. Okay. Now let's see, because these... I don't think MySQL supports transactions on schema changes. So the migration has to work. All right. And then we should be able to go down. And then we should be able to go back up. And then we should be able to go up again. Okay, and then it fails. Okay. The constraint is incorrectly formed. So this can mean a number of different things. One thing that it may mean is that the character set or collation are not the same between these two types, which is something that is a pain in the butt to figure out. Feature type, record type, slug, foreign. Record type, slug. So first, let's just do a simple describe. Whoops. So we're going to do describe resource type. Varchar unique. Varchar unique. Okay. And then we're going to do same, but feature type, which is actually field type. So varchar. Okay, so since we can see the types are all the same, most likely what it is the collation is wrong, and this is something that is a pain in the butt to fix. Because when you start your database, it will have, if it's MySQL, it will have some weird, no matter which version of MySQL it is, or MariaDB. When I say MySQL, I mean all the MySQLs. No matter which one it is, it will have something weird for the default character set and collation. It will not be UTF Unicode. Even if it is not Swedish, it will still be something that's wrong. And probably it will be one of the buggy ones that, if you read the documentation, says, don't use this, it's buggy. But, let's see. Write a query to change a MySQL tables character set and collation. It's taking a long time. Okay. This is the one that we would want. It actually chose the right one. Yeah, so the one that it chose, this is actually the most up-to-date, most correct answer. So we want to do... write a query to view a table's character set and collation. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. Let's add 0. So null is allowed. But we will change this to null is not allowed once we set everything right. This is such a pain in the butt. And then I think you have to go down to the column level too. This will be weird. If that's the way it goes. Okay, Unicode, Unicode. I probably should have done that before. Alright, so at what step did this fail? And this is one of those things where it's very, very difficult. So the environment has to be set up. When the environment's set up, it has to be set up with this stuff set. You can't really add it as part of a migration, because if you did a backup and restore of the database, you'd have to also do this, because it will reset that sometimes. At least it did with this one, which is why we're having these problems. I think that's what this is about. It could be about something different, but you know, it's saying foreign key constraint is incorrectly formed. That's very broad. What about it is incorrectly formed? It would have been nice if it said, you know, this one is of this type, this one is of this type, or, you know, what is it? What is it that's incorrectly formed? So where did it get to? Okay, I think it failed right off the bat, which is great. Because that means that we can just rerun this again without a problem. So let's try running it again. Okay, it's the first thing that fails. Record code, varchar null, slug conf varchar, duplicate, name, record type, slug. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to drop these, because that's part of where it failed. So we're just going to drop them manually. So alter table resource type drop column. Oh, whoops. This is feature type. Which again, for us is field type is what it means. Okay. So then it should fill those and then change them all to be not nullable. And unique that one. Fingers crossed it works this time. No, it didn't work. Okay, so I think the problem is that we have to change the table defaults. Alter table feature type, add constraint, foreign key, record type, slug, references, record type, slug, can't create table. Constraint is incorrectly formed. What if I just run that again? Okay, got it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this one. Okay, your table name is going to be... Alright, so let's take a look. Slug looks good. Code looks good. And we also should see that those are non-nullable, so I want to double check on that. But this one looks to be the same. Looks to be the same. Looks to be the same. Okay, so let's do describe. Does not allow nulls, which is good. And that's unique, which is great. Maybe it's because it already has an index on it. Which it seems like that should be fine. If the type, character, set, and collation are all confirmed to be the same on both sides, why would I get this error when trying to add a foreign key. All right, let's just do this real quick. Select slug code, ID, name, slug code from okay. So that 28 rows, that 28 rows. Okay. 28 rows, good. 28 rows, all right. So they are unique. I mean, they're following. I'm just going to try dropping the index. Alter table, drop, resource type, drop, index. Oh, what do we need for this? Write a query to show index names for a table. Show index from your table name. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Slug unique. Name unique. All right, let's try running this again. We're gonna let's do the drops. Let's see, where's that alter table? So I might need to reverse that. That other one. Constraint is not correctly formed. Okay. Write a query to add a foreign key, an index to a column in a table for which another column will table that another table will use as a foreign key. How to mark a column as a foreign key in connects. All right, primary. That adds an index to it. References. Yep. Okay. All right, let's just try this for the heck of it. All right, so let's say see, I thought that it did this automatically, so I'm a little confused. Have these, for these two tables, I want to add a foreign key feature type dot resource type code. And feature type dot resource type slug that reference the respective columns in the resource type table. What do I need to do? What? Write the queries I need. Consider these two tables. But I'm getting an error. What might I need? Let's see if it can do this. Okay, alter table feature type, add constraint. References, resource type, code, on update cascade. References, resource type, slug. Is there something I'm doing wrong? Let's just see what happens. I mean, I'm okay with dropping down a raw SQL. If okay, all right, let's run this again. Okay, I just ran this. Oh, right. I know why. So I need to alter this because I simplified it for... Okay. That didn't have any problem. So why did this one have such a problem? Oh! Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. Mixing old and new terminology. Okay, I got it. I got it. Let's go down one. Okay. We're going to get this. All right. So I'm going to allow this. We're going to drop. Drop unique on name. Wait, why is this a problem? So to go down, what is it griping about? To go down? It's trying to go down from add resources. Drop index. Can't drop field or key. Can't drop index. Resource type name unique. Okay. I think I actually ran this one already. So this one I'm a little more hesitant to worry about. Okay, but let's just do this. Alter table resource type drop unique name. It's like show info from something like that. Was that earlier? Show info from. Oh, hey, I see some comments coming in asking me what I'm working on, what project. Let me finish my little bit that I'm working on right now, and then I'll get to that. Okay. I'm in the middle of something kind of brain intensive. I've got some stuff half screwed up. So let me get this done. Needed in a foreign key constraint. Okay. All right, so alter table, feature type, drop, column, resource, no. Record type, slug. Okay. I'm just trying to get this back to, okay, a state where I can go up and down on it. All right, let me try this again. So let's go migrate up. That worked. Migrate down. That worked. Migrate up again. Migrate down. And migrate up. Okay. So that's working. And I don't think I made any changes to that. This is the one I need to make changes to. And the change that I most likely need to make to that is simply a matter of I referenced the wrong column. So it would have been nice if it just said column does not exist. I used the wrong column name. Okay, so let's try this migrate up. Fingers crossed. Totally different error, which is awesome. That's an issue of the JavaScript is incorrect, so we're looking at the slug here. And the JavaScript being incorrect is great because that means none of it ran. All right, fingers crossed. Record types is not iterable. Ah, because we didn't do the await. Okay, cool. So that said, I can probably add to the beginning of this drop, 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 and be okay. Or just comment this part out because this part ran successfully. So, okay, now I'm almost at the part where I've got the brain space to go through and explain what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so this is good. Field type, record type. And did I get record type somewhere? Okay, I'm referencing a record type that way. Okay. So where's the scripting? Resource type. Okay, that's a record type code. Got it. So this might be a bad idea, which is always not a good way to start off anything. But okay. Type name does not belong to a record type. All right. So now I've got some headspace. Now I can tell you what I'm working on. All right, Siebzik. So I am working on a project that is being turned from something that was at the beginning just an internal tool years ago, 5-6 years ago. It was just an internal tool for a company that was a form builder tool that grew into an automation tool that's now growing into getting some, dare I say, the AI. It's getting some AI added to it and becoming an exportable platform. So something other people can use through an API. And I am wrangling database issues and data integrity issues so that an API can be exported. Because with the way things currently are right now, I can't create an API, because for an API, you need things to be consistent. You know, the data that other people get needs to be in a format that makes sense, and the IDs that you export need to be IDs that make sense. And all of our IDs internally they're just numbers, because this was originally kind of more like a WordPress style form builder thing. And so we're getting it so that we have names for things, so that, you know, because externally if you don't want to have the names that you export about your stuff be, or that you know, for a type of a thing, we don't want to expose our IDs for it. So we don't want to say, you know, 772 blue, 1410 Delaware. You know, like, if 1410 is what we use as the ID for a state property, then we want it to say state, not 1410. And if, you know, favorite color was whatever that other number was, we wanted to reference that. So that's what I'm working on. I'm getting slugs. Okay. All right, so record types. Yeah, this is not possible, so my code is wrong. Whoops. Ah, I didn't include it in the field. That's why. Okay, record types. Map. So 2 problems there. All right, that's running a lot longer, which is a good sign. Okay, where did this... Let me figure out where this error came from. And what line this was on. Slug comp. I think I just forgot to add the word alter. So that's alter. That's got alter. Okay, that's commented out, so that's not a problem. So something else that happened here is... Dang it, I lost the... There we go. Okay. Add unique. Feature type slug comp unique. Maybe it was already unique. Let me go check up above. I think it was unique and nullable. Okay, unique, nullable. Okay, so when I'm altering it down here, that doesn't make sense because I already said that it was going to be unique and nullable. Okay, got it. All right, so now the real test is, can we go down? And of course we can. Okay, so I need to drop the constraint first. All right. Drop form. Okay, so name that drop unique. Okay, we can drop the unique on that. I mean, we could just drop that column, right? If it's down. Yeah, we can just drop the column. We don't need to drop the uniqueness. I also don't think we need to drop that uniqueness because I think that uniqueness has already been established elsewhere. So I think we're going to have to add that one back. Okay, so we might need to drop a few. Okay. Okay, so we need to go down, down, and then we need to go up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down. All right, so I just dropped that down, so let's do up and down, and then up and up and down and up. And then before I do the second up, let me make sure that, no, not that one. And make sure that we uncomment these things now that this is all right. Okay, everything should be, this should be the real deal now. Okay, so now we should be able to go, so we just did up, down, up. Now we do up again. That should take a little while, and then we should be able to go down. And then we should be able to go up. And then, do we have any more than that? I think we're up to date. Okay, so now we're going to go down, 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 and then up, up, up. Now I'm just going to do a little get status here. And do a get diff and IT2 copy. And let's bring that back over to the code. Git switch, well. Record and field type slugs. Okay. I'm pretty sure whatever I have locally is the most correct, but let me go ahead and pull this. Okay, it's got conflicts. Let's see what those conflicts are about. What was this? Feature type. Slug comp, slug. Okay, right. Okay. Okay, the local copy is the correct one. So I need to do git apply a.diff. And then this one right here. Okay. And this one should be just fixing a couple of typos. All right. Git commit F. So now I'm going to rerun. I'm going to actually take this all down one more time. Where was I? This is stage environment. So we're going to take this down one more time because we're going to let the deploy run through these migrations. How's everybody doing? What's up? It's almost pumpkin time for me. Not go to sleep time, but stop coding time. Okay. Add field slugs and record references. That one is correct. All right, and this one is going to be, let's see, do we have other things that are going to cause issues like this will? Okay, let me see what this one was. Add resource type names. Okay, this one does need to go in still. Okay, this one does need to go in. And I don't know if this one needs to go in. Let's see, what was this one? Oh! Yeah, this one needs to go in too. But it doesn't necessarily need to go in right now. That one's more aspirational. This one needs to go in pretty darn soon. So, let me just do... I don't know if I'm going to have time to get... I might have time to get that one in. I think I've got until 6. And that... I think that'll be enough time. Because this one is relatively small if everything else is good. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and do a force push on this, because this one is the one that is correct. It is up to date. We're going to switch to staging, and we're going to get rebase-i of this one. And then we're going to delete old commits related to this. Yeah, we can get rid of that one, because we're going to accept this new one. And then I'm just going to force push that. And it's Saturday, so nobody else is working on this right now. All right. So that should go through smoothly. And while that's probably going to take 30 seconds to deploy. And the way we'll know it's deployed is when I do a git log over here, it will show the same as when I do a git log over here. So that's 0234. So that's what I will know when it's finished deploying. But let's go ahead and switch back, because this one needs to deploy. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand with this one. Actually, yeah, it does need to go with this one. It does need to go. Okay, this one needs to go. That one needs to go. Okay, but we... The question is, does every... This might have to wait for Monday. Because the question is, does every record type have something that represents a name? Because if it does, then we should make it so that you cannot create a record type without having an associated name field type. And a lot of the data that's in our database, it does actually kind of seem like it should be in code. At least it's enough of a fixture. It's in a weird in-between state, because the data is part of the application. Because the data defines, to some degree, the data defines logic. Okay, to do add name types for each Yeah, we need to have a migration that goes over each of the record types and adds them if they don't exist. Okay, add name type for each resource type. To do, and then we're going to have one of these. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that now. There are... I could do it, and it might be wrong. But we could fix it at the data layer. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and see. Did we get the... Okay, so we have the 234. That's the commit hash. And then if we run npx connects migrate up, we should get up to date, no errors. I had a little bit of anxiety there. Or a little bit of... anxiety is not the right word, but anticipation of failure. But thank goodness it turned out to be a non-issue. Okay, so we've got that. And then this one, I don't know why I'm splitting these into two, because now that I look at it, it seems like they belong in the same one. Okay, so the question is, how many do I have from here to here? Is it 27? No, it's not. So I need to figure out which ones are missing. Let's do a select and organize by ID. So I'm going to be back over here. Select ID, name, slug, code from, resource type. All right, and then let's do a little side-by-side here. Individual, company, a document, equity. Okay, so we have task, questionnaire. Those do not have something that represents a name. Well, I'm sure questionnaire does. Securities, financing, investment, outside entity. Outside entity, then investment, equity plan, state, company history, council. Okay, what we don't have is secretary. But secretary actually should have the same as individual. So that one, yeah. Legal, audit, equity class, policy, personal information, annual report, contracts, benefit plans, financials, quarterly financials, nonprofit activity. So these are the things that I need to find what is a suitable name type for so that I can do this migration. And then moving forward from this point, we would just have everything have a name type. So that's 4 things it looks like. So now that said 28 rows. That takes me, it looks like 2 further. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 was missing. Whoa. This one says 6. Uh-oh. Is that, We can double check that. I think that that's wrong. Okay, because this says task 8. So 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, and then 20. So it's actually 5 is equity. So this may be goofed up. That may actually be wrong, but it may be edited so infrequently that the mistake hasn't been caught. Okay, no, 10 was securities. Questionnaire was what, 8? No, questionnaire was 8, so task was 6. Okay, so this one, actually 5 is equity. Just like something's wrong there. Okay, 19, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 33. Okay, tax filing. 33, that's missing. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So 37 and 38. Which, now that we have the slugs, this is one of the reasons that I wanted the slugs, is because we can actually do the record name types map between the slugs. So now, instead of this, what the flip does this even mean? We can do that. But, let's see. I'm going to try something real quick. So I'm going to delete these ones. I just did a little save. So I'm going to delete the ones that are messed up. And then I'm going to ask my good friend GPT, write a query that selects, that joins resource type on feature. Okay. This list is in the format of resource type.id. Feature type.id. Join, write a query to show feature type.name. Feature type.resource type ID. No, that's not where they. Yeah, I think that should be enough information. I think it can do this for me. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Ignore the comments. There we go. That looks about right. Okay, so it can't, it's confused about this. It doesn't know what to do. Okay, how about this? Rewrite this list without the comments. There we go. Whoops. Probably selecting from the feature type and joining on the resource type. At this point, I could have written the query by myself. Sometimes it's better. Okay, okay, there we go. I think it got it this time. Okay, it did that completely wrong. Oh, all right. I see where I got it wrong here. Some things it feels magical, and other things it's obviously not. Okay. All right, this is what I needed to see. Cool. So these are all named name except for this one. That's cool to know. Let's also do resource type slug, resource type code. That's kind of neat. And then we should be able to test out the new feature, slug comp. Cool. All right, so I got 15 minutes. Am I going to be able to do this in 15 minutes? Maybe, maybe not. But you know what I can do in 15 minutes that I'm going to go ahead and do? So that all of these things, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that this deploys. Oh, danger-esque, but hold on. Okay, so we got that. That's cool. So I'll probably have GPT rewrite this as JSON. So that I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that manually. So actually, I'll go ahead and do that right now. Rewrite this table as JSON with comments in the following form. So we're going to go we'll just do one and have it do the rest. So user, individual name, see, stuff like that, stuff that I would use regex for, dang, it's good at it. I mean, isn't that nice? Oh, no, it got it wrong. The second column should be the key. Okay. The second column should be the key. The first should be the comment, and the third should be the value. Oh, dang. So it totally just screwed it up. Okay. Swap the comments for the value and the value for the comment in this JSON. There we go. No, oh, come on. Swap the wrong comments, or the wrong columns. No. Oh man, come on. All right, now at this point, the regex would have been better. Oh goodness. Okay, so we got to figure out how to rewrite this table with columns 1, 2, and 3 as, what is it? 1, no. 2, 3, and 1. We gotta learn how to be smart prompt engineers, people. Okay, great. Okay. Rewrite this table in JSON in the form key value comment. There, oh no! No! The first column is the key. The second is the value. The third is the comment. No, it's exactly the same. No, you did the same thing. No. All right, I'm going to try one more time. I've definitely spent more time now doing the GPT prompting. So this is why it's seductive. It's like, it's hard to tell what it's going to get right, because I really thought I was going to get this right. The first column is keys, the second is values, the third is comments. All right, let's see. There we go. There we go. Yeah, all right. So that was not quick. That wasted a bunch of time. But it's, again, like sometimes I'm thinking, goodness knows, this just saved me an hour of work. And sometimes I'm thinking, hey, this just saved me 5 minutes. And then sometimes I'm like, that didn't save me anything. Why did it do that? Why you gotta be so dumb? Oh, all right. Well, let's see here. So, user, individual name, got it. IP name, org name, doc name, task name, security name, financing fin name. I just want to make sure that it didn't hallucinate. It didn't just make some crap up. Ext entity name, investment name, equity plan, plan name, state, operating state, org history, org HX name. All right, council, equity, wait, TOS, PII, annual report, legal, K, benefit, financials, quarterly financials. Okay, cool. So it did it. It took it more tries than if I would have just. I mean, at that point, it was more tries as if I'd done it by hand. But I could have written a regular expression that would have matched and replaced that pretty quickly. You know, that's what I normally do. You know, I'm a Vim user. That's how we do. All right, so now we've got those. That's cool. So we need to figure out. We need to figure these out. So we're going to do select feature type from. No, we're going to select ID name slug comp. Oops, from feature type where ID n. And I'm actually just going to do these one at a time, but I kind of wish that they never had the equals for field values or for ID values. That you just, this is something that you should always use. You should just be in the habit of using it. What? Oh, whoops. Where resource type ID. There we go. All right. And so what we want to see is, do any of these look, wait, ID in 6, ID in, okay, 5. Do any of these look like name? Name, 144. There we go. I wonder, you know, with the state one, what was the state one? Okay, because that one, equity comes before task. Oh, this was EQ name. All right, so we got that one done. So task was actually done. Task was correct. Equity was not correct. Okay, then let's take a look at questionnaire. I've got 5 minutes. Okay, something went wrong. What was this? Questionnaire. That just looks wrong. Is that right? If we go back up, what we're looking at before. Questionnaire is ID 8 for resource type. So question. Okay, so I think I'm going to make a type, and I'm just going to call it name. But I won't worry about that one right now. This one is a to-do. All right. Okay. So the next one is secretary, which is 20. And then that one has 409. Seki name. That comes after council. So council and then secretary. And then Seki name. I don't even know why I'm doing this wrong. Resource type dot name. Join resource type on resource type dot ID equals feature type dot resource type ID. Whoops. What am I doing? Where? Okay, there we go. That's what I... Oh, whoops. I need the slug for that. And I mean, for that matter, this one can come after as well. Okay. So, and then I could just concat. So I could do concat. There we go. So that's pretty much what I needed there. Okay, so next one. I don't know if I'm saving myself any time with these little ditties that I'm doing. I've only got 3 left. 33. And surprise, surprise, it has a field called name. So for almost all of these, and this comes after contracts, note that the slug for contracts is contract. Okay, and then what else we got? Got the tax filing. So we got the 37 and 38. And, you know, and there we are. So to do. And then what was the other one that's a to do? It was the questionnaire type, which was after what? After task? Okay, where was task at? Okay. I just need to make sure that prod doesn't break from that. I'm over time now. But I'm going to just keep going a little bit longer. Okay, let me... Okay. All right, it looks like... Okay, npx connects migrate up to date. Oh. Okay, so it looks like everything migrated successfully in production. I don't think things will have migrated correctly on demo. I will check and see, but I doubt it. I did add the missing volume, but there's probably something else that will pop up. Because the problem on demo... Okay, it looks like production... Okay, production is... All right, both systems. It's deploying both systems. Yeah, demo did not go through. Okay. All right, that makes sense. I kind of know why it's doing that. Although, I kind of do, I kind of don't. Why did that not copy? One of the files didn't copy, so we're past the one error, but on to the other. I had to... One of the demo instances was from several years ago. It was so old that libc wasn't up to date, so when I tried to update Node, it crapped out. So, okay. So the last thing that I need to do for this to work is So this has so many things. So let's take a look at, let's do select star from feature type where ID in, and then let's just give it some of those IDs. Oops. Where did my, I got too many things open. Now, that one's probably special. So let's take some of the ones that aren't special. So 130. Company names probably. Company name might actually be one that's good to look at. Okay, we'll do some that are special and some that aren't special. I'm just going to say, actually, let's do this a little bit easier. Because I'm just going to have GPT reformat this. So I'm going to say, reformat this as CSV. I should just have a tool that does that, but... And then, no, I'm not going to do that here. We're just going to open up a spreadsheet real quick so I can look at this. Delete me CSV. Okay, let's see if we can paste. Okay, there's a format. No, edit. Paste special. No. File. Split text to columns. There we go. Okay, so is unique for person name and for oh, did it just select name for all of those? Or it oh, most of them are named name, right? So okay, the type, that's the data type. Okay. Resource type. Should have had that joined. Save function. Okay. User editable question text. I got it. Slug. Okay, and this one had something funky with it. Where does it go off the rails? Okay. E.g. That's where it went off the rails. Got it. Okay. So... we're going to do null on the IDs because it'll just default to auto increment. So we're going to call it name and name. Resource types are going to be... I'm running up against my 10 minutes, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, resource types are going to be, this one's a to-do. I think there's 2 to-dos. So questionnaire was 8 and nonprofit was 37. Is that right? 8, 37 is unique for questionnaire. Sure. Is unique sounds good to me. Is fixed sounds good to me too, actually. Okay. Feature string, created at, null, base ID, I don't even know what that means. User editable, creatable. To-do name. And then these can all be null. To-do name. All right. Order by, I'm just going to go with, whoops. 1 and 1 is required as 1. All right, just a second. I am just finishing up here. I'm so close to being done. Okay, record type slug is going to be QRE. Whoops, QRE. Questionnaire. And then what was this one? It was NPO. NPO name. Write this as insert queries for the feature type table. Oh, crapola. Can I get this to copy as CSV? Okay. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Don't play in the shed that way. All right, let's see if this works. Ow! Couldn't match. Okay. Well, I'll have to fix that later. But I gotta go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little raid here.
Hey, man.
Man. So close. Okay. We're gonna raid CM Griffin. Because he's on. Oh, or Acorn 1010? Let's try Acorn 1010.
Acorn 1010?
Let's see. Oh, raid has been created. Oh, there's only one person on Twitch. The rest are on YouTube. So actually, never mind. Okay, we're gonna cancel that. Sorry. Gotta go. Catch you later. Adios.